Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you the day after Arsenal kicked off 2021 in some style with a convincing 4-0 win at West Brom. I have to admit I was a bit worried going up to that one after what happened to West Brom against Leeds the previous game. After just Sam Allardyce's history against Arsenal, I thought he was going to do absolutely everything to park the bus and frustrate the hell out of Arsenal, but it didn't quite pan out like that. Arsenal too good, too fluent, too much energy, too much movement, and just far too good for West Brom. Really good display from Arsenal. Best I've seen this season from them. Perhaps one of the best attacking displays we've seen since Mikel Arteta took charge. Yes, West Brom were pretty poor, but Arsenal were very, very good. And I think that's what we all want to see more of going forward in 2021. It's been some dark times towards the end of 2020. Some really difficult matches to watch. Football has been poor. Goals have been difficult to come by. But certainly in the last couple of weeks, a season which was wasn't looking like it was in crisis mode. It was in crisis mode when you go back to that defeat at Everton just before Christmas, which left Arsenal 15th, 4 points off the relegation zone. Suddenly, it's looking a hell of a lot nicer now. Arsenal just 3 points off 6th, I think it is now. 3 points behind Chelsea as it stands, thanks to these 3 successive victories. And yeah, Mikel Arteta has found a way of turning his season around, and things are looking a hell of a lot rosier now going into 2021. So obviously, apologies, I didn't get to do my video after the game, and Wi-Fi was absolutely terrible at West Brom. As I'm sure some of you watching my live broadcast before the game during the warm-ups will know, because it was really struggling to handle just that stream, and yeah, it was a real difficulty. So I had to run inside afterwards, try and get my match stuff sent over to my desk at Goal to put online, so it was just impossible to do a video as well. So apologies for that. I will do my player ratings at the end of this video, but I thought I'd pop on and talk a little bit about the game, what impressed me, what encouraged me, what Mikel Arteta had to say afterwards, and a little bit about what's to come this week. So a little bit about that game last night. What more can you say about Smith Rowe and Saka? 2 fantastic performances again from the youngsters. Mikel Arteta made a couple of changes. I thought Ceballos would come in for Elneny. Martinelli was left out, and Lacazette came back in. Aubameyang moving out to the left, Lacazette as a central striker. And it worked absolutely perfectly. Arsenal really, really good from the off. Dominated West Brom. It felt like only a matter of time until the first goal came. When it did come, what a goal it was. Kieran Tierney, what a player. Just a fantastic solo goal. Everyone's saying goal of the season, and then a couple of minutes later, Arsenal probably surpassed that with a fabulous team move that kind of took you back to the Arsene Wenger days. It was so good, so fluent, and it was just had Smith Rowe and Saka at the heart of it. Hail End FC, indeed it was, with that goal. Just lovely movement. The touch from Smith Rowe to start the ball when he just knocked it round, I think to Lacazette. Just knocked it round the corner. Actually, I think it was to Saka, and then Saka laid it off to Lacazette. But Smith Rowe just a touch round the corner, and he was off. The first moment he'd made the pass, he was off. Forward running, something we haven't seen from Arsenal for so long from those players from midfield. It was just immediate thought was to get forward, get beyond the ball, be a willing runner, and it paid off, because he eventually got picked out by a great ball by Lacazette, and Smith Rowe knocking it back across to Saka to tap in. The exact type of goal we've been crying out for, the movement, the fluency, the interchanging of positions, and credit to Smith Rowe, absolute credit to him for the movement, for the touch, for the pass. Absolutely put it on a plate for Saka, who was fabulous himself. Saka in that first half absolutely thoroughly deserved his goal, could have had more, and just a brilliant all-round performance from him. 2-0 at half-time, then Lacazette comes up with 2 more goals after the break, taking it to 5 goals in 4 games for him. Now I think it's 9 for the season. Arsenal's top scorer. Lacazette certainly stepping up as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang continues to struggle in front of goal. Missed a couple of chances yesterday. Aubameyang could see how much he was desperate to score in that second half. Looked a bit disappointed after the game, but I'm not too worried about Aubameyang at the moment. I'd be more worried if he isn't getting the chances. The last couple of games, he started to get in those goal-scoring positions again. And, you know, if he does that, he's going to score goals eventually. He's out of form at the moment. Confidence is a little bit low, but if he keeps getting himself into the positions he has been in the last couple of games, I think he's going to score goals. It's just a matter of time. So I'd be more worried if, say, about a month ago, 5 weeks ago, when Arsenal were barely getting any chances to Aubameyang. Now at least they're creating chances for him, and he will start scoring. There's no doubt about it. So I'm not too concerned about Aubameyang after what I've seen for the last couple of games, because his movement is getting there. He's getting himself into the positions to take the chances. It's just not happening for him in front of goal at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that will change sometime soon. Mesut Ozil tweeted after the game. It was quite well, not Mesut Ozil because it won't be him. It'll be his PR people who handle his social media accounts. But Mesut Ozil's Twitter account tweeted after the game that he praised Smith Rowe, saying Arsenal, have got the number 10. Great to see a number 10. I can't remember the exact phrase he uses, but he highlighted the number 10. It's perhaps a little bit of a dig, the fact that he's not been playing, he's a number 10. But he was certainly right to single out Smith Rowe because it's just a joy to watch. And I've been championing the sort of Smith Rowe bandwagon for a while. I've really wanted to see him get game time. He's had horrible injuries he's had to suffer. He's really sort of limited his chances this season, but the way he's just stepped up in the last few games and the difference it's made to this Arsenal team, having that proper number 10, that midfielder who can get forward and get in front of the forwards, it's just made an absolute difference. They just look a completely different team. I mean, that performance last night was, again, I'll say West Brom were poor, and they were, but the way they played, 21 shots for Arsenal, 12 of them on target. They're just stats that we haven't been seeing this season. Absolutely dominant. Could have had far more. They scored 4. Could have easily had 6 or 7. And it's just really positive signs going forward. When you think you've got Thomas Partey to come back into that as well, it's going to make it even more impressive as an attacking force, because although Thomas Partey is fantastic at breaking the play up, we've seen what he's like in breaking the lines and driving forward and supporting the attack, getting beyond the attack occasionally. And he's just going to add an extra dimension to this Arsenal team, and it's beginning to look an awful lot rosier as we head into 2021. Pablo Mari again was fantastic at the back. Thought Holding was very good as well. Those two superb. Kieran Tierney continues to impress. He's up there with the best left backs in the league at the moment, if not the best left back. And they're just beginning to click, Arsenal now. It's been a difficult season, but you are hoping that 2021 is going to be an awful lot nicer now, and that we're beginning to see the signs of Mikel Arteta's team moving forward, and they're going to cause teams an awful lot of problems if they play like they did last night. So credit to Arsenal for that. And Mikel Arteta was absolutely delighted. He said it's always tough to win away from home. The way we've done it in a really convincing way, especially in this difficult weather, I'm really pleased. It's 3 in a row now. And last week we talked about the importance of this week for us to be able to win all 3 of them. It's really important. And Mikel Arteta talks about the weather. It was atrocious. I'm sure you all saw I was a little bit concerned before the game that it was going to get called off. So to play the way they did in those conditions, especially against the Sam Allardyce team, I thought was very, very impressive. Mikel was asked, is this the kind of Arsenal he wants to see? Is this Arsenal that you envisage, an Arteta's Arsenal? And he said, yes, there were moments when I thought we looked really good, both defensively and offensively. Attacking-wise, we had the movement that exactly what I want, exactly what we try and teach the players to do. In other moments, we became a little bit sloppy. In certain moments when we thought that the game was won, that's something we have to improve. But overall, it's close to what we want. There were a few sloppy bits for the first 10 minutes of the second half and the final 10 minutes of the first half. Arsenal just moved into second gear, really. We're going through the motions, and could have been punished at the beginning of that second half with the West Brom goal that was quite rightly ruled out for offside. So that is, you're still not seeing a full 90 minutes performance from Arsenal yet, but it's getting very, very close there. He was asked about Smith Rowe and Saka as well. He said, when I talk about the energy, when you're in a moment, when you're winning and playing with confidence, you can see that you can transmit that. The body language is better, and you have that enthusiasm that wins, help massively for you to build. When we're going through a difficult moment, I said the most important thing is to maintain the team spirit and the belief. This week, obviously, is paying the price for the way that we have been going together through that period. So basically saying that Arsenal, the difficult periods that Arsenal had to suffer this season, now they're beginning to benefit from that. And certainly the increased levels of energy that they talk about there is all down to Smith Rowe and Saka. They're different, and Martinelli in the previous games as well. He was given a well-deserved rest yesterday. But that energy levels, the enthusiasm, it's just chalk and cheese to what we've seen between from the start of the season to what we've seen now. And I'm sure you've enjoyed it as much as I was. Last night, I asked Mikel about Thomas Partey after the game. How close is he? We saw him in training. Are we looking at the Newcastle game for his return? Here's what he had to say. He said, well, he hasn't trained fully with us, but he has done most parts of training in the last few days. He's feeling good, and we'll assess him if he needs another 2 or 3 sessions to see if he's 100% available to play. So all signs point towards Thomas Partey returning against Newcastle next week in the FA Cup, as long as he comes through training unscathed this week, and that is going to be a fantastic boost to Arsenal, and it's going to totally make them an even stronger team. There's no doubt about it. And I asked Mikel. I said, look, I know it's cliche, but considering how little we've seen of him, we're now in January, is it going to feel like a new signing having Thomas Partey available for the second half of the season? And he said, absolutely. We're in January, and I think he's played 2.5 games. He was our main signing, so we've been missing him. He brings something different to the team, and it's a player with an enormous talent. But he's also someone that can transform the team in the way we want. If we can have him and keep him healthy, he will contribute in a really positive way. I think that's a really important phrase there, transform the team, and he will. He will absolutely transform that central midfield area. I've been saying it for an awful long time. And it's clear. We've seen in the fleeting games he's had before the injuries how much of a difference he's going to make to that midfield. And I cannot wait to see Thomas Partey fully fit, fully integrated into this Arsenal team. And it's going to make him it's going to make him so much more of a threat going forward. And it's going to make him so much more solid in defence as well because of the way he breaks up play. So really positive signs, and it's fantastic to see Kieran Tierney playing at left back the way he's playing as well. What a player he is. Future captain, perhaps. I think everyone's sort of talking about it at the moment. The way I think the snow sort of brings the best out of him. We all joke about Tierney in shorts and t-shirts before the game and during training. I mean, yesterday was snowstorm central. Everyone wrapped up in their snoods, training tops underneath their kit, everything like that, and then Tierney's just out there like it's about 40 degrees sunshine in his shorts and t-shirts. It's just the type of player he is. He's fantastic, and he's just becoming better and better the longer the season goes on, and you wouldn't put him past him being a future Arsenal captain going forward, that's for sure. So my player ratings from last night's game. I thought Bernd Leno was really, really good. He didn't have too much to do, but what he did have to do, he did it well. He really wanted to keep that clean sheet. He may have made a good late save to protect that clean sheet. He protected the ball well. It came in horrible conditions in the snow. I thought he dealt with the balls pretty well. He's clever. Sometimes he sort of punched them down rather than trying to catch it. I'm going to give Bernd Leno a 7. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney an 8. Actually, I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 9 for that goal. You can't give him. I'm not going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him a 9. It was such a good goal. It was such a good performance. He got an assist as well for Lacazette's second goal. So Kieran Tierney gets a 9. Pablo Mari and Rob Holding, I'm going to give both of them an 8. I thought they were great. Dealt everything in the air really, really well. Hector Bellerin, I'm going to give a 7. Solid performance from Hector. Fair play to him. Danny Ceballos, I thought was decent coming into the side. I still think he's certainly adds more than Mohamed El Neni does. One brilliant ball in the first half that set up a chance for Aubameyang in the end. He released Saka with a fantastic ball, first time pass. Give Danny a 7. Granit Xhaka, I'm going to give a 7 as well. Xhaka's still a little bit sideways and safety first at times in the first half. You could see Aubameyang made a couple of really good runs, got really frustrated at Xhaka not picking him out, but still a solid enough game from Xhaka. Give him a 7. Aubameyang, I'm going to give a 7. Worked hard, continued to work throughout the second half. Really wanted a goal, went close a couple of times. Frustrating he didn't score, but I still think there were positive signs from him, and the goals will come fairly soon. I'm going to give him a 7. Emile Smith Rowe, I'm going to give an 8. Really good again. Just continues to impress in that number 10 role. Bukayo Saka up there with Kieran Tierney, I'm going to give him a 9. Thought he was great. First 20 minutes, it was basically Saka versus West Brom. Just constant threat down that right-hand side. How Nicolas Pepe and Willian are going to get a look in now, I don't know. I think the thing about Saka, wherever we play him, left back, left wing, right wing, number 10, he's the best player on the pitch. And it just says something about just what a talent Arsenal got in their hands in Bukayo Saka. Fabulous player. He's going to get a 9. Lacazette, another 2 goals. Held up the ball really well. Just in brilliant form, Lacazette. Fair play to him as well, because a lot of people had written him off, but he's showing now exactly what a good player he is. So I'm going to give him a 9 as well. Man of the match goes to Kieran Tierney though, for that goal, getting it all underway, kicking things off for that goal, getting an assist as well. So Kieran Tierney, my man of the match. Substitutes who came on, I'm just not really going to give marks. It was a bit too late for that. So the likes of Willian came on, Ainsley came on as well for the injured Bellerin. Saka went off as well, but hopefully they're not going to be too bothered. They're not too serious injuries. They were just limping a little bit, and they came off because the game was already won. Rare week off for Arsenal now, back in action against Newcastle at the weekend. I think we'll be speaking to Mikel Arteta on Thursday in his press conference. A bit of a quiet week. which Mikel Arteta will certainly appreciate because he gets to spend some proper time on the training ground with his players. And I'll be back doing a couple of videos throughout the week looking at latest news, transfer stuff, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, Mikel Arteta's press conference on Thursday. So thanks for watching this video, everyone. Appreciate it as always. And I'll be back throughout the week to bring you all the latest Arsenal news. Have a very good Sunday and have a good start to next week. Speak to you soon.